Hey folks, welcome to another edition of From the Bottom Up. This time around, we are doing none other than Billy Joel Glass Houses, which came to us on March the 12th, 1980. And it was lucky number seven as far as the studio albums of Billy Joel are concerned. And it reached number one, topping the charts for 6 weeks. Also won a Grammy for the Best Male Rock Vocal Performance for the album, produced once again by Phil Ramone. And this one, Joel kind of helped put his soft image behind him. And that was actually the house behind me. That's the house he was living at on the album cover there at the time, interestingly enough. So we're going to dig in, do it from the usual way, our least favorite to our favorite. And we're going to start off at number 10 here. And that will be Close to the Borderline. And I call this an average song for Joel. Not quite sold on this one. It's okay. It's average. Nothing to write home about. And that's what we got here at number 10. Number 9, Sleeping with the Television On. Just kind of another average song. It's not a bad song, just not good. And falls right in the middle there somewhere, these first two. But I can attest to you here, everything going forward from 8 on down, solid songs here. And that is going to take us to our number 8, Through the Long Night, the album's closer, as well as the shortest song on the album, clocking in at 2:43. And it's gentle, very gentle, soothing song. It's kind of like the slowest song on the album. Definitely one that you learn to appreciate over time. It's not, if you make it through the whole album, you're going to play this one. The problem that you have here is this album is kind of loaded up heavy in the beginning of the album as opposed to the last part of the album, or would you say like the flip side? So in other words, side A is solid all the way through, but when you get to side B, that's where you kind of lose things. So if you play it all the way to the end, you get to this song Through the Long Night, and then that's just the one that we got here at number 8, but definitely a thumbs up on that song in our book. Number 7, Chez Toi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's You Were the One, um, which is the one he talks in French here. And yeah, solid song. Even despite the French pronunciation and everything in here. Um, Definitely a solid song. I definitely like this one. Little unique flavor. And it's a mildly pleasant song, despite having the French lyrics. Sometimes foreign lyrics will turn off people. Doesn't turn me off. I like it. Pronunciation wise, I'm not good in French. I never took it, but that's what we got here at number 7. Number 6, I Don't Want to Be Alone. Yeah, we got this one here, The Rocker. Just not just not quite as catchy as the songs before it, but definitely one of those songs that still stand out. One of the harder songs, harder rocking songs on the album. So that's what we got at number 6. And now we're getting into what you would say is some people would say the gold part of the album. All right, that's going to take us to number 5. And we've got It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, the second single released from the album. And it would go on to become the first chart topper for Billy Joel here on the Billboard 100. Stayed there for 2 weeks. And it's basically about Joel's view on the music industry and the press, known for its stunning sax solo performed by Richie Canada, who, if many of you Styx fans know, played on the first 3 Tommy Shaw solo albums. So a little Styx tie in there. But Canada was in um, Billy Joel's band for a long time as well. And Yeah, definitely. This is a song that, it's kind of like his answer to all that was going on out there in the music with how punk was coming in and new wave and everything was starting to take shape. But to him, it's all rock and roll to him. So, I mean, he had his views on everything. And surely enough, it was a great time to speak your mind because this song put him on the map as his first number one. Definitely one of the songs that people always mention when they talk Billy Joel. This is one of the songs that always gets brought up. So definitely one of his top songs in his career here. And that's going to take us down to number four. And this one was also top 40 hit, peaking at number 36. And what is it? It is the fourth single that was released, Sometimes a Fantasy. Kind of starts off as a little rockabilly before turning it into a fast-paced rocker. Um, yeah, definitely one of the highlights on the album. Only peaking at number 36, I was kind of surprised. This is one of those songs you hear on the radio quite a bit. And, just a solid song in my estimation. But we get better as time goes on, and we're going to take you down to number three, which is You May Be Right, the lead-off single from the album as well as the opening track. Peaked at number seven, so that got the ball rolling in good shape here. You always hear, when the beginning of the song has the sound effect of a broken glass coming in reference to the album title there, the sound of shattering glass. And after that, you know how it's going to punch in right into You May Be Right. Just a great little introduction thing there. And yeah, You May Be Right. It's definitely one of the strongest songs in the catalog. I just love it. Great song. Can't say enough about it. Number two and one beat it out because they're even better. I mean, what can you say? This album is solid. Billy Joel did a great job on it. And these are the ones that are tougher to rank when you got so many good songs. Trying to place them in an order is definitely not an easy thing to do. But I usually pick out what I feel is my favorite song first and then work my way around because I know that once I pick the one that I feel is my favorite, then I can really do a better job at ranking them. So, all right, that's going to take us to number two, another single, and that peaked at number 19. We are talking about Don't Ask Me Why, which is a great song. Kind of has a little bit of a Latin feel due to its percussion. Just phenomenal. Billy Joel had stated he had 15 pianos overdubbed on top of each other for the midsection portion of the song. Pretty unique there at the time there. This was 1980 we're talking about that they came up with this idea, but you can hear like the in the beginning part like that kind of like I don't know. It's definitely got that Latin feel there where it really kicks into play there. And this is definitely one of the highlights on the album by far. There was only one song that beat it. And if you're paying attention, you know which one I haven't mentioned yet. And we are talking about the stellar, the magnificent, All for Lena. Hands down, my favorite song by Billy Joel in the whole catalog. Was released as a single only in the UK, but it did peak at number 40, so it made the charts. They just never released it here. I'd be interesting to find out how it would have done. But man, I tell you, the way the keyboard shifts and everything, how it all flows on this one, just a great song. Um, lyrics phenomenal. Billy Joel singing just great. This is just one of those songs that very underrated in my estimation. Even though it was released in the UK, like I mentioned, but it was never released here as a single. It did get some airplay, but man, this is one of those songs that you just feel had it been released as a single, it probably would have done so much more, so much better on it here. But that's what we got. We got All for Lena as our number one. So we're gonna quickly run down these songs for you. Number 10, Close to the Borderline. Number 9, Sleeping with the Television On. Number 8, Through the Long Night. Number 7, You Were the One, the French song. Number 6, I Don't Want to Be Alone. 5, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. 4, Sometimes a Fantasy. 3, You May Be Right. At 2, we've got, of course, Don't Ask Me Why. And number 1, as we said, All for Lena. If you're not too familiar with some of these songs on here, I definitely recommend going back and giving them a listen. I would say definitely if you're not familiar with All for Lena, give it a listen. You're going to love it. Also, two more standouts I want to mention. Through the Long Night. That's a song that I really didn't pay much attention to myself, but I'm really starting to enjoy that one even more. The more I hear it, the more I pick up on stuff I didn't before. And yeah, definitely one of the better songs on the album. I don't want to be alone anymore either. That's just another one of the songs that definitely deserves some more airplay, more recognition. Just a great album. I mean, this hands down, I believe is what I picked as Billy Joel's best album. If not, it was his second best. But man, what a great job, great fun it is going through the catalog of Billy Joel and just listening to it, taking it all in. It's definitely a great catalog of music, no doubt. So that will take care of it for this episode of From the Bottom Up. Stay tuned for much more.